Are we reaching a tipping point for marriage equality? Well, apparently we are, at least with New York State about to be teed up here. Just how influential would the approval of gay marriage as a legal act in the state of New York be?
Well, I mean, it would be important for New York State.
But beyond New York?
I don't know. I don't know if New York is necessarily a thought leader across the country, frankly, in terms of...
Listen, we created the banking system.
One of the sticking points in New York is a very important sticking point nationally, and that has to do with freedom of conscience. Is if you talk about marriage equality as being freedom, liberty, the right of gay people to marry, you get overwhelming support. If you talk about marriage equality as, well, you know what, sorry, Cardinal Egan, you're going to have to conduct gay marriages in the Catholic Church. Sorry, landlord, you're going to have to accept a gay couple just as you accept...
Isn't a cardinal and a landlord slightly different?
No, it's not slightly different. It's, in fact, slightly more poignant for a landlord. I had been a landlord in D.C., and I got rid of my land because I was worried about getting hit with some sort of discrimination. Who knows? What if I didn't like...
So what if a landlord doesn't like black people? Is that okay?
It's not
okay not to like gay people.
It's not okay.
Well, no,
but are you going to infringe on
do you
should it be legal that landlords should not rent to black people?
I think that if a landlord doesn't rent to black people, he ought to be shamed.
No.
Should it be illegal to not be able to rent to people based on the color of their skin?
I think that the civil rights laws that restrict on property rights do more harm.
Okay, so yes. Answer is yes.
Do you think landlords should be able to decide whether they rent to black people or gay people or whoever?
Whether ugly people,
Jews,
fat people, gay people, Jewish people, Catholic people,
That's how they created the co-ops in New York, you know.
Well,
because the co-ops sort of keep the Jews out, and then they put other co-ops to put the Jews in.
Of course. I mean, listen, that's simply a different vision of America.
So you're basically saying you think that the freedom of conscience, that how you...
I don't have a problem with if a church doesn't want to marry people, that's fine. I have no problem with that. People can start their own religions.
I don't think there's an inalienable right for us to get married in a Catholic church.
Then whether or not a landlord should be able to say, you know what, if marriage between two people, two men is legal in this state, I'm not going to let you live here because I don't like the
photographer. You know about the wedding photographer in New Mexico who said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to shoot your wedding because you guys are two men. And he got hit with a fine, even in a state that didn't have gay marriage. Is that legitimate? This is question.
Again, let's just say, what if there was a wedding photographer who said, I only do white people's weddings? Again, I'm really sorry. Black people, it kind of freaks me out.
A wedding photographer.
I don't do Jewish weddings. I don't like Jewish weddings. They wear the thing on their head. They break things. I don't like it.
My wife actually photographed a bris once, but they didn't allow action shots.
But seriously,
what's different?
Where's the line? Is it
the line is on individual conscience, and if somebody wants to be a bigot and discriminate against an interracial marriage or black marriage,
I think that the rights of individual people to live their lives freely as a Jew, as someone who is black, as someone who is gay,
listen, I would only hope that when the Republicans get up on the stage for their next debate, that they all make the point that you're making. I think that would be a wonderful chance for America to reject Republicans.
To see who believes in individual liberty.
Yes.
All right. Interesting, very interesting conversation, actually. Tim, Chrystia, Sam, thank you so much.